Get on over to wagertalk.com. Check out Steve Merrill's work, his selections on college football, the NFL, and the NBA, and his money management system, and a ton of information there at wagertalk.com. It's the very best. We always enjoy the conversation with Steve each and every week as he breaks down college football games coast to coast with us. We've got Oregon State. They call it the Civil War, at least at the one point they did. Oregon's a 3-point dog on the road, taking on an Oregon State team having its best season in 10 years, Steve, at 8-3. Ducks a 3-point favorite on the road.
Yeah, we'll start with the math projection. 10,000 game simulations in my database has Oregon winning by 1.7 points on average. So the line is a little short, a little tall rather. So there is some value with Oregon State, especially at that key number of +3, because keep in mind, college football road favorites in this price range about 8 to 9% of the time are going to win by exactly 3 points. So the difference between 1.7 in my simulation and 3 in the betting line is actually somewhat substantial here. So there is some value with Oregon State at +3 or more, the most key number in all of sports betting in football, especially obviously basketball. We don't have key numbers because there's so much scoring in the NFL and college football. 3 and 7 though, and 10 are the key numbers. Also, like Oregon State's running game, almost 200 yards per game on the ground, almost 5 yards per carry. I think that's a nice feature to have when you're backing a home dog, especially in a rival game. Also, I think Oregon State definitely qualifies as a rival dog, even though it's a competitively priced game. They're only one game back in the one-loss column. They're obviously the little brother to the Oregon Ducks big picture here. And keep in mind, Oregon State played well against USC this season. In fact, I remember because I had Oregon State with the line value +5.5 at home against USC, a game which they led outright in the second half, lost only 17-14, and covered. So they've stepped up in class well. They remain underrated this season. 5 straight covers against the spread their last 5 games. Now, Oregon had that bad loss against Washington as a 12-point favorite a couple games ago that knocked them out of national title hunt, national title possibilities. They did bounce back with an impressive showing last week, 20-17 against Utah as a 1-point favorite. But still have to be a little bit disappointed that they're not playing for a national title. I'm afraid that letdown could happen this week after the big home games against Washington and Utah. So we'll take the value with the Oregon State Beavers at +3 or more. Nice number here on Saturday.
Folks, we're at the point in the season in which these rival games and these late season opponents have a number of common opponents. We did a breakdown of the 6 common opponents Oregon and Oregon State have played. It's an interesting breakdown. Check it out here at the Voice of College Football. Check out all Steve's work at wagertalk.com and get his exclusive under the radar selection of the week. That's exclusive here at the Voice of College Football. Go to patreon.com, search MarkRogersTV, and you get it right there. Steve is an unbelievable 11-1 against the spread in his under the radar selections. Steve, thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark.